So this is a question from DI 2023-24 and the difficulty level is hard as per the DI. The graph is a bar graph and the color code which has been given basically talks of how many times per month has a particular person been spoken to. And it gives us the data for physicians who in 2000 and 2008 were surveyed about the average number of times per month. They used the methods which have been shown, the three methods, telephone, email, and video conferencing, to communicate with their patients. And the bar are representing the percentage of the respondents who reported using that method. And as I told you, the color code tells us the number of times it has been used per month. So when we come down to the first question, it must be the case that the median number of times per month respondents reported having communicated with patients by dash in the 2008 survey was less than that in the 2000 survey. So basically, we are looking at the middle of each bar graph or each bar. It does not make a difference what is the size of the bar. What we are looking at is the middle point of each bar. So if you look at the video conferencing, the middle part is a yellow portion which tells us it has been used 0 to 1 times, and similarly in 2000 also it is the yellow portion. So in both the years it is equal, whereas we are looking at what is lesser in 2008 as compared to 2000. Next, when we look at the email is 40%, so the median will be at 20%, and median is between 0 to 1 and 1 to 4. Whereas in the case of the survey 2000, it is at 10% and it is at the yellow portion. So in this particular case, 2008, the number of times per month in 2008 is more as compared to 2000. So naturally the answer has to be telephone, but let's have a look at it. Now in 2008, 80% was the number of times. And if you look at the center, it is yellow portion, which tells us it is 0 to 1. While we look at the 2000 survey, in 82%, which is at around 41%, it is a black. So the median number of times per month in 2000 is higher as compared to that in 2008. So our answer is telephone. So when we come to the next blank, the question is, it must be the case that the percentage of respondents who reported having communicated with patients by both A and B was as great or greater in the 2008 survey as it was in the 2000 survey. Now, in this particular question, we are supposed to combine two methods and see in case we can find a way in which the patients communicated through those two methods is greater in 2008 survey. Okay, so if we have to be sure about it, we have to take the minimum in 2008 versus the maximum in 2000. So let's take email and video conferencing. So the moment we'll take these two, email and video conferencing, the minimum bit will be when there is no overlap. So we can easily pick up this 10% and place it anywhere on top. So what we have is that it is 0% in 2008. So email plus video conferencing will be 0%, and it can be nowhere. It can be never possible that it is going to be greater than what is in 2000. Or otherwise, if you look at 2000, we can take this entire thing of video conferencing as an overlap here. So it is going to be, the maximum is going to be somewhere around 5 to 6%. Similarly, when we look at video conferencing and telephone, this 7 to 8% can be in the zero portion of telephone, and again it is going to be 0% when we talk of telephone and video conferencing. So again, in this case too, the 2008 survey can never be more than 2000 survey. Now let's get to telephone and email. So telephone is 80% and email is 40%. So both combined together talks of 120%, which is not possible. So that means there is an overlap of 120 minus 100, which is 20%. Now let's look at telephone and email in 2000 survey. So as we said, we'll be looking at the maximum overlap, and the maximum overlap will be when the entire email is a part of telephone too. So the email is around 18%. So telephone plus email max in 2000 will be around 18%. So here 20% is greater than 18%, and our answer is telephone and email.